going on, Jerome's? Your Minnesota Vikings should and could be buyers at the NFL trade deadline coming up on Tuesday, especially after they whip the Packers' ass up at Lambeau tomorrow at noon. And so we put out a video today about value, sort of money-ballish guys that the Vikings could be interested in. The whole "mama, I can change them" thing. Guys are going to be, like fourth rounders or less to acquire. And people weren't about that. People want the big, bright, shiny objects, and frankly, so do I. Like, really go after the pin, man. Kwesi, it's time to roll the dice and really go after elite players. And Patrick Surtain II, as Denver is completely melting down, having a fire sale. They're Garbaggio. They need to recoup draft picks because of the Russell Wilson trade. And our guy jumping George Payton probably won't be GM for long. So why not make a couple of trades and acquire all-pro cornerback Patrick Surtain II? Woo, woo. Let's go. Because if that happens, somewhere Brian Flores would be smiling. That's right, man. So let's talk about Patrick Surtain II today. Background: 23 years young, 6'2", 202, long arm, long limb, long lengthy press man corner. Son of Patrick Surtain I, where his pops on Madden was always like a 94 with the Dolphins, and then after a couple seasons, like, it would jack up to 99. Like, he was a stud, man, and his kid's even better. Unanimous All-American at Alabama, and he's an absolute physical freak, a 9.96 RAS, 4.42 240, great in the jumps as well. A absolutely true alpha cover corner who travels with other teams' wide receiver ones. And his draft report, Lance Erland, NFL.com. A lockdown press man corner with elite size, length, and talent to match up with any brand receiver from any place on the field. Woo! He was a five-star recruit coming in, consistently competed for championships in high school and college. Surtain possesses elite physical and athletic traits with a rare combination of length and short area quickness that allows him to play on press man island and phase routes on all three levels. And he plays to his length, plus technique and cover skills that make winning downfield a very challenging proposition. He was beaten in true man-to-man battles for 29 yards just 5 times during his career. His ability to stay connected to the route allows him to shut down yards after catch very quickly. As a strong wrap-up tackler, run support goes in the strengths column as well. He's been well-schooled at home in Alabama. He's wired like a future all-pro cornerback, so no big deal. And he's certainly living up to that draft hype. And he came in as the number 9 overall pick in 2021 by the Broncos, and he's one of the best press man corners in the league. He's on the same plane as Sauce Gardner. He really is. Last year, 86.8 PFF grade, only behind Sauce. Perhaps you've heard of him. First team All-Pro, Pro Bowler, and 7 career interceptions and 31 career passes broken up. And his numbers are actually kind of down because quarterbacks simply don't throw his direction anymore. This year he's been good, but also he's been languishing on a very poopy Broncos defense overall. Vance Joseph, Vance Refrigeration. It's so weird. How do you hire your former head coach as the new defensive coordinator? Anyways, but Surtain certainly could use a change of scenery, and the Vikings, frankly, should give it to him because as right now, like Murph, I don't know. Evans is coming into his own. Booth is starting to show well in the work he's getting. Blackman has looked good in spurts, but really that's it. And also you factor in that Metellus has played a lot of slot cornerback as well. I mean, the Vikings could certainly use some freshening at corner as well as defensive line. Those are the two rumored positions that the Vikings are in. And also it is reported that Surtain is on the block, and it's probably going to take something similar to the Jalen Ramsey compensation when he went from the Jaguars to the Rams, which was multiple first-round picks. Now, again, just like the Jeffrey Simmons trade, I'm not willing to give up the 2024 first. I think the Vikings need to take care of a little bit of business there. So if they trade for a cornerback, then use that first-round pick on D-line or quarterback. If they trade for a defensive lineman, use that first-round pick on cornerback or quarterback. So I would ideally like to hang on to that first-rounder, especially since the Vikings don't have a third because of the Hawkinson deal. Now, like the Simmons deal, I would be willing to part with a 2024 second rounder, 2025 first rounder, and maybe like 2025 fourth rounder, or one of the 2 fourth rounders this year. That's about it. I understand that Surtain will have some competition, but I mean, I would be willing to up the ante just a little bit. Like again, 2024 first is off limits, but I mean, we could be talking about some decent compensation here because Patrick Surtain, he is just an absolute monster. Yes, it would cost a pretty penny in draft compensation to go get Patrick Surtain the second. That's fine. Also, he's completing his third season, so he would be eligible for a contract extension, and it's going to be a big one. Probably going to be the highest paid cornerback in NFL history before Sauce gets paid. So it's going to be a spot where, yes, the Vikings have Darisaw. Yes, the Vikings have JJ. Yes, the Vikings have Daniil. Yes, the Vikings have Surtain. Yes, the Vikings have potentially Cousins. They can work things out. Because Brzezinski can structure this thing where it can work out. They won't paint themselves into a corner like with the Saints and go from there. He would completely revolutionize this defense. And think about what Flores can do when he has a set it and forget it, press man corner on the outside, and what he can do creatively with the blitz and just bring everyone else. And yes, I do love Caleb Evans. Yes, I do love Andrew Jr., Murph. But having Surtain the second completely is a game changer. And it's something where it would show that Kwesi ain't effing around, man. Yeah, Kwesi is really going for the pin. Like, you literally have the opportunity to bring in an all-pro caliber player at a premium position. Do it. Absolutely do it, man. So your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings need to trade for Broncos all-pro cornerback Patrick Surtain II. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.